All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out of toiling in his truth. Shalom to the few sisters, the Akwathium, that listen and learn in silence. To all of you, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Pathak Amath, GMS Dallas. Just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson. I'm going to simply entitle this one, No Peace is Coming to the Wicked. No peace is coming to the wicked. And of course, we know, pursuant to the scriptures, who the wicked is. You know, Job 9:28, 9:24, you know, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, you know, of the power of the wicked. You know, he covered the faces of the judges thereof, you know, so we understand who's in control or power of the earth right now, you know what I'm saying, whose faces is on the currency, you know what I'm saying, who got their faces in mountains, sides of mountains, things of this sort, man. You know, it's not hard to tell who the ruling class is, who's ruling in these times, man. You know what I'm saying? You still got idiots out here, you know, trying to come up against that. You know, that Esau ain't the so-called self-proclaimed white man. Yeah, he is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, of course, Malachi, the first chapter, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're the border of wickedness. You know, we know who they are now. You know what I'm saying? They've been pointed out. You know, the elephant in the room is no longer the elephant in the room. We see his ass now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. But peace talks have, you know, Iran suspended peace talks with the U.S., I believe, on yesterday. Actually, it was breaking news yesterday. But, yeah, man, those they can try to talk about peace all they want. You know what I'm saying? This thing is of the Lord, man. You know, and the Lord is controlling these things, man. So real quick, I'm going to read this. I typed in peace talks with Iran. And in the AI overview, it says Iran has suspended peace negotiations with the United States in protest of Israeli military operations in Lebanon, because Iran wants Lebanon to be a part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not going to be, you know, part of the deal, then Iran ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we know those Israelis did an attack on Lebanon. You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem with Iran. So Iran suspended peace talks with America, man, with the U.S. It says, though President Trump claims the talks are continuing at a rapid pace, which is a fucking lie, man. You know what I'm saying? See how these devils lie? Especially this devil, you know what I'm saying? That nigga that you see right there on the screen right there. You know, and of course, the caption up under his picture is, an end to the war with Iran was in reach, and Trump just kept sabotaging it. You know what I'm saying? But he says that everything is continuing at a rapid pace. It says the breakdown followed Israelis' capture of Beaufort Castle. So yeah, they're continuing to bomb Lebanon. You know, the Israelis, which is a problem for Iran. So Iran suspended peace negotiations with the United States, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of that move. And this devil is talking about rapid pace. You know, everything is continuing in a rapid pace, you know. You let him tell it everything is all good all the time, man. Everything is going as planned, as scheduled, and that whole nine, man. You know what I'm saying? But and look at here's CBS News right here. Here's the news sources over here in America. It says live updates. Trump says Iran talks continuing at a rapid pace. You know what I'm saying? So that's the news that's being received in America, when, you know, in other news, you know, no, it's not continuing at a rapid pace, man. This nigga is lying, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a straight up liar, bro. Just like the scriptures say he is. He's the father of lies, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, man, that's what's going on, bro. These devils, man, you know. And I got a really quick video I want to read, Salaki, that I want to play real quick. Let me see if it's still here. Probably gone. Yep. I have to go find it. Hold 1 sec, Salakia. Oh, there it is. Okay, come. So I'm gonna play this real quick.
I completely abandoned ChatGPT. It just keeps failing me time time after time after time, and I can't stand it.
Intercepted 2 Iranian ballistic missiles targeting American forces based in Kuwait. We are following breaking news out of the Middle East. Iran says it is suspending peace talks with the United States over Israel's recent attacks on Lebanon and Gaza. This, according to Iranian state media. Tehran also threatening to continue blocking the Strait of Hormuz. That announcement sending gas prices soaring more than 8% so far today as the fighting there continues. Just this morning.
So this thing is about to get worse, about to ramp up, and things about to get worse for these people. They're already complaining over here, and crying and going on and don't know how they're going to do it. But, man, it's just the beginning of sorrows, like the scriptures say. But you see the difference in the media sources. In U.S. media, everything is going rapidly, moving at a rapid pace, but you hear a different story when you go to Iranian media sources. You know what I'm saying?
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announcing a new round of strikes on the southern suburbs of Beirut, where the IDF expanded its ground operations over the weekend. But hostilities have also escalated over the last few days between directly Iran and the United States. The U.S. military says it intercepted 2 Iranian ballistic missiles targeting American forces based in Kuwait. NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba has been tracking all of this. She joins us now from the North Lawn of the White House. Monica, prior to this announcement, President Trump was reportedly editing a framework for a new deal with Iran, right? So we just heard from the president about these halted talks. What did he say?
Yeah, my colleague Garrett Haake, Sam, just got off the phone with President Trump a short time ago and asked him to respond to these reports from Iranian state media that they have halted their negotiations. And President Trump told Garrett that this was sort of news to him, that this is not something that had been formally or directly communicated to him at this point. But if that's the case, he says that that is fine, that the U.S. will continue to wait Iran out potentially here. But he also told Garrett that essentially that doesn't mean that U.S. major combat military operations are going to resume, and he said it doesn't mean we're going to start dropping bombs over there. We'll just go silent. We'll keep the blockade, referencing that naval blockade that has been in place to try to help some of those ships and vessels be able to get through the Strait of Hormuz, which is a critical component to all of this. But this just raises a lot of questions, Sam, about what has happened over the last couple of days. Friday, there was supposed to be that key situation room meeting where, according to the president himself, he was going to make a final determination on this potential tentative framework, but now we are still in this holding pattern.
Right, and it's a framework, Monica. It's a memorandum of understanding. We're not talking about a permanent deal here, right? We're just trying to move the football down the field. And I guess President Trump had previously said, certainly many times, that Iran must never have a nuclear weapon. There's also, of course, the conversation of reopening the Strait of Hormuz. The entire global economy has been upended. How do those factors play into this stalemate?
They're absolutely critical. I mean, those are some of the thorniest issues, and dealing with the enriched uranium as well, that again have not been ironed out. And this memorandum of understanding, if there was going to be some agreement, we understand that over the last couple of days, the president was going to potentially give his final sign off, but they were also waiting for senior Iranian leadership to do the same. And according to officials over the weekend, there really may be a delay in communications here. So they were going to have to wait a couple of days. But Iran today saying that they've halted these talks potentially could also just be a bargaining strategy, could just be a mechanism in that regard. But those other two issues that you mentioned, specifically the Strait of Hormuz and this nuclear weapons program, again, none of that has been solved yet. And we're not even at the part where they have sat down and agreed to have talks about the more complicated talks.
And they are intractable issues at that. Monica Alba from D.C., thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay up.
And that's, again, these things are causing everything to get worse, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just here, man. This is going to affect the globe. It's going to be a global thing. It's a global thing happening here. So yeah, man, and at the end of the day, these people don't understand, man. This is the work of the Lord, bro. It's the work of the Lord, man. So real quick, let me get this real quick, because these people don't understand the Lord is in control, man. What is that? Proverbs 21. Salakia. Clearly went to Proverbs. And Satan. Everything, Ephesians 6, man. It's all spiritual. This is Proverbs 21 and verse 1. And it reads, the king's heart, which is, in the Hebrew lab, which is the king's mind, is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as the rivers of water he turneth it whithersoever he will. So why? Because there's no free will. It's the will of the Lord. That's it. The will, purpose, and pleasure of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is directing the minds of these people, man, these leaders. He's controlling everything, man. You know what I'm saying? So, the suspension and talks and all of that is the work of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what the Lord does from here. Lord willing, everything continues to escalate. We're ready to we understand where these things are leading, and we're ready to get out of here, man. But that's what it is at the end of the day. It's the Lord. So there ain't no peace coming, no peace is coming to the wicked, man. This regime, no, man, this is a wicked regime. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Everything is wicked. That's what's going on here. Wicked. It's pure, unadulterated evil and wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it at the end of the day. But there ain't going to be no peace, man. And the scriptures back that, So real quick, I don't want to make this too long. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. And I'm going to start at 1. I'm going to read number 1, then I'm going to jump down to verse 8. But I'm going to read the heading. Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, a time for everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on here, man. There's a time for everything. You know what I'm saying? And verse 1, Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. You know what I'm saying? So everything has its time, its season, its purpose, under the heaven, man. And now I'm gonna drop down, and then it goes through, you can read, it goes through the different, things, hugging, refraining from hugging, building, tearing down, all of that, man. So let's jump down to verse 8, because this is going to break down the times we're in. It says, Ecclesiastes 3:8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you're not going to have both at the same time, bro. And this breaks it down. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Totally separate, two different things, man. You know what I'm saying? Love and peace are coming when the kingdom of heaven is established in the earth. Right now, we're in a time of hate and war, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the time we're in. Scriptures say that the love of many shall wax cold. Psycho. These people about to go crazy out here. There's no love out here in these streets right now in the earth. Ain't no love out here, man. Everybody is preparing for what's to come, man. You know what I'm saying? Race wars and the different things that are building up, man. You know what I'm saying? So a time for love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. And we're not going to have that love and peace under this regime, man. The scriptures say there is no peace to the wicked, which I'll get that. But it says a time of war, man. The Lord is a man of war, So these wars were prophesied, man, in the scriptures. So like, most people don't understand that, man. These things are in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? So there is no peace coming to the wicked, man. There's no peace coming under this regime, man. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, since I mentioned that, let's get that in Isaiah, the 48th chapter. And we'll drop down to the last verse. Isaiah 48:22, and it says, there is no peace, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, unto the wicked. No peace is coming to these devils, man. So they can try to have peace talks all they want, man. I already read Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, man. And like the rivers of waters, he turneth it whithersoever he will, So these devils ain't, they ain't in control, man. The Lord is in control, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he telling you right here, there is no peace to the wicked, man. So they can speak peace all they want to, try to have these peace talks, and it's not happening, man. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures say the least of the flock shall draw them out, man. The moves that these demons over in the land are making is jacking all that up anyway, which is the Lord, man. So real quick, we're gonna stay in Isaiah. We're gonna get where he reiterates it. Isaiah 57. Isaiah the 57th chapter, and we're gonna jump down to the last verse in this chapter. It's gonna pretty much say the same thing. Isaiah 57 and 21. And it says, there is no peace, saith my power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to the wicked. So the Lord reiterated it through Isaiah. He's serious about this, man. Ain't no peace coming, you know. So who cares? They can have peace talks all they want to, you know. This thing is happening, man. World War III is prophesied in the scriptures, man. You know, that's going to be the downfall and destruction of this current regime, this kingdom, man, this beast system, you know. And then, of course, the implementation of the kingdom of heaven in the earth, man, you know, which will be on the earth. Matthew 6 and 10, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we're at the end of these devils' rulership, their kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Here on earth. And then the kingdom here on earth of the Israelites, man. You know, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established after that, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're at it's over, man. You know, it's over, man. This empire has ran its course, man. We're at that 250-year mark. It's over, bro. It's time to go now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that show? I can't remember the name of it, where they sung that, and it's time to go. I can't remember what the name of that show was, but yeah, man, it's time to go, bro. It's over, man. You know what I'm saying? So, real quick, let's get this one real quick, cause this is what they always, and this devil Trump, man, you know, he's gonna always, you know, offer peace and safety, and everything is going as planned, and everything is good, and we're winning, and he's always gonna put that positive aspect and spin on things. You know, when they be getting they tails kicked, man. You know, they getting their tails kicked in this current situation with Iran, man. You know, so he's gonna always offer that peace and safety, man. This First Thessalonians, but here's what the scriptures say about that. This is First Thessalonians 5 and I'll start at the top of verse 1. But as you can see in the heading, it says the day of the Lord, man. Exactly. That's where we're at in the timeline. You know what I'm saying? It says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. We just read in Ecclesiastes the third time, Salakia, in Ecclesiastes the third chapter. You know, there's a time and season for everything under the heavens, man. You know what I'm saying? So here is in First Thessalonians the 5th chapter in verse 1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Exactly, man. We already know what's going on. We're up on game, man. You know, we have this knowledge, this wisdom and understanding, man. You know, which is going to be the stability of our time, as it says, and strength of salvation, as it says in Isaiah 33 and 6. You know, and like Yahushua said, you know, in Matthew the 24th chapter, he says that basically that you have to, these things must needs be. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick, because I'm gonna mess it up. Man, look, bro, got to be, man. Come on. Right as I was, boy. Everything is spiritual, though. It's all good. Let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. And I believe it's like around verse 6. Matthew 24 and verse 6, red letters, Yahweh is speaking. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. There it is. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All these things must come to pass. We understand that. They're prophecies, man. That's why he says, see that ye be not troubled. You know, Isaiah 33 and 6, which I quoted it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All these people going to be running around like chickens with their heads cut off. But we have the proper understanding because it's prophecy. And Yahweh Shai, pursuing the Revelation, the 19th chapter and verse 10, is the spirit of prophecy. It's all about the prophecies, man. You know what I'm saying? Which are coming to pass, man. They're in play, man. You know what I'm saying? So when we go back to First Thessalonians 5 and 1, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. That's why, man. You know, we know what it is. Yahushua, the spirit of prophecy, this is prophecies coming to pass. These things must needs be. They have to happen. We get that. Verse 2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah, it's going to catch these people off guard. It's going to catch them slipping, man. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord returns, man. Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, and that's what they're going to be saying all the time. That's what this nigga always says, you know. He's making everything good when shit is terrible, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, things are moving rapidly at a rapid pace with the deal. And they're saying that they suspended talks, man. Lying. Peace and safety. He gonna always make it seem like it's good, man. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So boom, that's ultimately is what's coming, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no escape. You know, these things are gonna happen, bro. They're written. The Lord is a man, he can't lie. Isaiah 55:11 says his words are not gonna come back to him void, but they shall accomplish the thing whereto he sends it, roughly paraphrasing. You know, he's a man, he can't lie. These things have to happen, man. You know, or he's the very liar that he said he can't be. You know, and that's not gonna happen. You know, the Lord's words are faithful and true because he is. You know, so yeah, when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction is coming, man, and they're not going to escape. So it's over, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is what the scriptures say, you know, so ain't no peace to the wicked, no matter how much peace they talk, man. It's just going to get a lot of people destroyed. As a matter of fact, let's get one more. What's that? Daniel, the 8th chapter, I believe. Let me see, verse 25. Yep, con. Daniel 8:25, we'll end it on this. It says, and though his policy, Salakia, and through his policy, all Salakia. Man, Satan, boy. Daniel 8:25, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, in his mind, and by peace shall destroy many. This nigga finna get a lot of jakes, primarily, specifically, you know, of course, because, you know, this thing is about Jake, you know, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent, who make up the 12 tribes, the 12 no longer lost tribes of the nation of Israel. The rest of these people are heathen. They don't matter anyway. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get a lot of jakes, a lot of people, period, but a lot of jakes are gonna be destroyed, man. You know, so it says, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, which is Yahushua, and he's going to lose, but he shall be broken without hand. Exactly. He's going to lose, you know, royally, you know, so it's over, man. No peace is coming to the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? So those peace talks is just a primary example of that. You know, we'll see where this thing is going to go, but ultimately World War III is going to happen, you know, and destruction and desolation of this current kingdom, you know, this rulership is going to happen, man, you know, because the implementation of the kingdom of heaven has to come to pass, man. So, and these are the times we're in, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. So with that, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waharakakwadah. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath Shah Dawadah. Shalom.